Today we're celebrating midwinter in Sweden, the darkest and the shortest day of the year. When the days are this short, the nights feel endless. The sun barely rises over the horizon, casting a soft glow before sinking back into the dark. But midwinter is a turning point. After the solstice tonight, the days begin to grow longer and brighter. At first, it's just a few extra minutes of daylight each day. By January, it's noticeable. And by February, the light returns quickly, bringing the promise of spring closer. In the heart of the dark, there is a beauty that can only be seen when you slow down and start noticing your surroundings. Today, we're celebrating the promise of brighter days ahead. A reminder that even the darkest nights eventually give way to the sun. This winter feels different in so many ways. It's not just the snow-covered trees or the frosty mornings. It's the fact that this is our first winter as a family.
Okay, thank you, honey.
August is already 8 months old and time feels like it's just flying by. Christina and I have been talking a lot about our own childhoods and the traditions we want to pass on to him. Having a child really makes you rediscover your own childhood, and it gives you a whole new perspective on it.
That is August's lille antenne. So he can, the right direction. It's good. What is Papa? Was that Papa?
Hey.
Was that Papa?
We've had a very different winter this year compared to other years. November, December has almost been no snow at all. So just a few days ago I talked to Christine and said I wish we could get some real snowy, heavy, fluffy, covering all the trees and everything. And then one day later, all of this appeared out of absolutely nowhere. I tried to get the car out this morning. It's not possible because I don't know what you call it, the undercarriage or something like that, underneath of the car is hitting the snow and scraping it. So I have to start shoveling. So you can see here that I started to drive with the car. I made it basically all the way up there, and what you see at the very end there, right up there, is like a third maybe of our driveway. The annoying thing with shoveling all this snow is that you really don't know if you're doing it just in vain, because today it's like minus 14 or 15, but in a few days it might be a few plus degrees. You never know, which would mean that I'm doing all of this completely in vain, and it would just melt away and I could have just sat inside and been warm and cozy. But it's a bit of a gamble, because if it arrives more snow than this, then I'm completely stuck, and then I have to do this layer and that's what's coming on top of this. But I do enjoy being out shoveling snow. I really do, because it's such a physical activity. You get really warm and sweaty, and you get to push your body a bit, and then you get to reward yourself with a sauna in the evening, and you feel like you've done something useful, hopefully at least. As you can probably tell, we don't get much sunlight anymore. Sun is up for like 2 to 3 hours just over the horizon, and then it goes down again. So now I think it's like 3 in the afternoon, and now it feels like almost nighttime. I have a little light on top of the camera just for you to be able to even see me. So I try to be outside as much as I can during the day, because otherwise I don't want to say that it gets depressing, but it's quite heavy to just be in the darkness all the time. I know this snow plowing thing probably looks like a lot of work, which it also is, but in reality for me this is a break. I get to work out my body properly, I get to breathe fresh air, and one of the most important things is actually for my brain to take kind of a break, because my brain, I would say, is very active and very creative, and it's just on constantly. So I need stuff like this, like shoveling snow, chopping firewood, something that just I can do without thinking about it, and I just go. It's the same with running. I love running because I don't have to think. I can just shut off my brain and just enjoy it. Same thing with snow shoveling. I really just love doing one thing, and then the rest of the world kind of disappears, and I can focus on this, which I really enjoy. So on my way out to my favorite activity of the day, the sauna, gonna cut up a hole in the ice as well. This is kind of a long process to start the sauna, but if I start now, then I can sit here for at least an hour before going to bed. So this process of starting the sauna takes about 3 hours or something, at least in these temperatures right now. So then I have time to walk our dogs first. In the meantime, so this is basically an ice saw that we're using. It's a bit easier to use this one compared to using the axe to make this big hole. Even though the hole doesn't need to be that big to fit me when I'm jumping down here, but this one is just way more convenient. You can see that this whole part is completely loose. So now we just need to chop it up and take it up. chunky. I need the axe or something. Kom igen. I can tell you that water is not super warm. It's a completely different thing when you are, of course, in the sauna and then jumping into the ice bath like that. But putting your arms and hands like in like that when you're already cold from the beginning, yeah, that's even cold for me. Hey, Scat. Hey. Hur med dig? Börjar bli lite hungrig. Sauna is now warm and toasty. It's about 85 degrees Celsius in there, but it's minus 18 outside. I think you can, yeah, quite chilly. So now I'm quickly gonna undress the rest of me, then jump in there, but I'm not gonna take you with me for two very obvious reasons. One, that the lens can't handle it, it would just fog up. Two, because I'm gonna be naked and I don't wanna show that on YouTube. It takes a while, some time before the breathing kind of settles and you can relax in it. I remember the first time I did this, I was absolutely panicking, but now, now I kind of know it's gonna be fine. It's absolutely freezing cold, and I'm starting to numb in my feet and my legs and my neck. I know that the sauna is right there, so I can jump in at any second. But I can't tell you how much I've been waiting for this day. Winter solstice. This is the shortest day of the year. And from now on, it's only gonna get brighter. We have a lot of days still in winter, but just knowing that it gets a bit brighter each day helps so much. Just knowing that. It's very comforting. Okay, back to the sauna. A few weeks ago, we launched our print store, True North Prints, and the launch was such a success. So now we've actually added more prints, and this launch or relaunch or whatever you want to call it is called the Ice Collection. So we've been out photographing the lake, the freezing ice basically that you've been seeing in my other videos, the singing ice. So they're all inspired by that. So if you want to go check those out, I've left a link down in the description. And if you have any questions about the prints when it comes to pricing, shipping, or whatsoever, just let me know in a comment down below, or you can just shoot us an email on the website as well. Thank you. Now I'm gonna jump into my car and drive about maybe 10 minutes away from the cabin, because last week I met up with a couple, Nicole and Chris, that lives about 10 minutes away from here, and I was there to pick up some planks for the A-frame. We call it Vildmarkspanel in Sweden. It's like outdoor panels. It's gonna be the outer paneling for the A-frame. So I was there just chit-chatting with them, talked and stayed for like, I don't know, 2 hours or something at least. And then randomly it came up that Nicole bakes sourdough bread, which I've been so curious about. I've been trying to do so much research myself, and it just got too overwhelming for me, if I had to be completely honest. I didn't know where to start. So she mentions that she bakes those kind of breads, and I was like, can you teach me? And she was like, I would love to teach you. So now today I'm going back there. She's gonna teach me everything she knows, and I'm gonna study and try to suck up as much information as I possibly can, and then go back here and then try it for myself, because that's the way I learn the best. I can't just read a book about it or recipe. That's not how my brain is programmed. I need to touch it, feel it, be very practical with it. So yeah, very, very excited.
225 grams of bow. That's what we start with. You can see it's like really, it's fluffy.
Yeah, very.
It's a lot of air.
Looks like pancake batter.
Yeah. Make the starter for the whole part, and then you do the ones, yeah. This is like the seeds and the rocks sitting like just under the half of the bread.
Oh, you mean up here?
And also in
Oh, okay, yeah. Of course. It's one thing to look at a person while they're baking and trying to absorb everything they're teaching you, but it's another thing to actually do it yourself. So I've already actually made a bread myself here at home, because I just wanted to do it without the camera, just relax with it, and it went okay, but I noticed some things I want to tweak. So I wrote, after a lot of research online on YouTube specifically, I wrote my own little recipe now, based on some others. So I'm gonna try that, but I can tell you, going into this sourdough universe is like a insane rabbit hole. There's so many nerds out there, and I mean that in the most positive way ever. But for me, that is kind of I really want to read up on stuff before I do things. That's not the best for me. So now I'm just kind of trying to throw myself out there, new recipe, new ideas, and hopefully it's gonna go even better this time. The dough is now completely mixed and it's gonna rest for about 30 minutes. I put it under there, if you can see the purple little shower cap that I got to borrow from Nicole. But the tricky thing now is that all the recipes and everything I've heard says that like, make sure there is a really warm and stable temperature in the room. Quite tricky when you live in an uninsulated cabin. So I've started a fire in here in the kitchen and one in the living room. But I can feel how cold it is on my feet. It's now been 30 minutes and I don't even know what I'm looking down at or what I'm supposed to see, if I have to be honest. Now I'm adding some salt and then we're gonna mix it again. And now we wait another 30 minutes. If I would have been a bit smarter, I would have started this way earlier in the evening, or in the day, if I had to be honest. But I was just out shoveling snow for the entire day, almost. So it became very late. It's like 9 o'clock in the evening right now, and I still have several steps to go. So now, when another 30 minutes has passed, I'm supposed to apparently fold this over itself a bit. This project of mine really shows my true colors as a time optimist. It's now 11 in the evening and we're getting closer, not done yet, but now we're gonna go into what the professionals call pre-shaping, I think. It's so typically me. Why can't I just start sooner like a normal person? It would be so much easier. Okay, now we let it rest for another 30 minutes. I think I'm done for today. Now we're gonna stop the, I think you call it the fermenting process, like stop the growing of the dough. So I'm gonna put it in the fridge now, rest overnight, so I can start my day tomorrow morning by baking fresh bread. Ideally, I think I would want to make more bread at the same time because this whole process is so, to me at least right now, quite complicated. So just get one like loaf of bread out of all of these hours of work is quite tough, but it's also because I'm so insanely slow right now. I'm just double checking everything and so on. And you might ask like, why am I doing this so late? Couldn't you just push it to another day? Again, time optimist. Christine's parents are coming here tomorrow and visiting us for a few weeks. And I guess, to be completely honest, I want to impress them. Even though I've been knowing them now for like 5 years, I still really look up to them and I want to impress them. So this is gonna go in the fridge and then tomorrow morning we'll start the baking. It's now the next day. way too early in the morning. Bread has grown, or the dough has been growing a tiny bit since putting it in the fridge yesterday. I've been preheating the oven for like an hour with the cast iron or Dutch oven in there, so it gets really, really hot. And I'm just gonna add some flour to this, make a snit, as we call it in Sweden, so it opens up a bit, and then into the oven. Okay, this is my first time doing this as well, so please don't judge me. So open up like that. Should we do something like this as well? Now the tricky part, how do I get this in this one? Maybe I should have done that in here actually, when I think about it. Oh well, you learn. Okay, that's not going to work as well. Okay, we just have to take it for what it is. Let's see. Now we do this. Okay, that didn't go as planned at all. It looked so promising. What I think I did wrong is that I should have put from this little basket directly into the cast iron and added the flour and the incision, or whatever you call it, there, because now it was too hard to move and the dough almost flattened out on this surface, which makes the radius of it, I think that's how you say it, too big for the cast iron, so it's kind of like folded together almost. Now I'm stressing like crazy because I don't know how this is going to look like. Okay, 20 minutes is up. I almost don't want to open this because the last bread I did actually got quite beautiful, but I'm not expecting this to look good at all. Okay, not that bad. Not at all as I wanted it, but I'll take it. Huh. Okay, and in again for 20 minutes. I honestly think this turned out quite okay, if I have to be honest. You can see there's have a bit of creases there at the bottom, like there, when it got folded in. Now I'm gonna head over to Christine and her parents, so we can just eat breakfast together and try the bread out. Hopefully they're gonna like it, hopefully I'm gonna like it. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to check out our new print collection. There's a link down in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon again. Bye.